Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to our course on marketing strategy part 1. Last week we have discussed the fundamentals of marketing concepts and how those concepts have evolved. Today's concepts as opposed to earlier concepts and how we will see future concepts emerging, and the application part, the tactical part of marketing as well as some aspects of the strategic part of marketing we have discussed. This week our main theme will be business environment and marketing strategy. That means the aspects of marketing going beyond the organization and the customer. Previous week we have discussed a lot about the interaction between organizations and customers in the context of marketing. Now we are going to look at other factors, all that come into the play to create this concept of holistic marketing that we introduced to you. In this session I am going to focus on a very important part of marketing. Some people say, just like we have introduced to you 4 Ps, in the same way there is another acronym in marketing quite popular called 3 Cs. So, in 3 Cs you have the customer, you have the company, and the third C is competition, and we are going to discuss about competition now. We have Professor S.S. Mishra, and we are both from IIT Kanpur, as we have talked about. So, we are discussing this week, this session, ways of competing. The first important model that I am going to present to you is a very simple model developed by Professor Igor Ansoff, and it is a very powerful model because it will give a guidance to organizations for years how to start and how to evolve. So, in a way it is a model for you to decide that where you want to start your play and where you want to go. So, as you know, strategy is all about a journey going from A to B. So, A is your current position and B is your future intended position. Now, in this going from A to B, you have to first know where you are and you have to know where you want to go. And in this process, of course, it is not a linear journey. There will be obstacles, there will be new happenings, the competition will have responses, and so while your overall direction will remain, you may have to go in an evolutionary way. So, the first is therefore the 2 concepts which we have already introduced to you, market and product. Now, both sides can have 2 variants, existing market and new market, an existing product and new product. If we put this together in a 2 by 2 matrix, and we are very fond of these 2 by 2 matrices in management, particularly in marketing. So, you see immediately it shows us that what is the strategic task of the organization with respect to product and market. So, if you are taking an existing product to a new market, so your current market is south of India, you have developed a shampoo very successful in south of India, and you are now wanting to launch that shampoo in eastern part of India. This activity we will call market development. So, it is taking an existing product to a new market. Similarly, if you are taking an existing product and existing market, that means you might not have covered that entire. So, south of India, maybe you have not, you are very strong in Tamil Nadu, you are very strong in Andhra, but maybe you are not that strong in Karnataka or in Kerala. So, it can be a geographical penetration, or maybe your product is doing very well with the young customers, but you may need to actually also address the needs of the senior citizens. That is another kind of market penetration. So, market penetration can be geographic, market penetration can be demographic or market segment, market penetration can also be sometimes psychographic, and all these concepts we will discuss in greater detail later. But at this moment, therefore, important point is that existing products can be taken to existing market, that will be penetration, existing product to new market, that will be market development. Similarly, there can be new products taken to new market. This is the most challenging part of marketing. This is where actually you are marketing an innovation. The product is new and the market is new. That means you are playing with both unknown factors. You do not know that market, you do not know that product. So, obviously, this is where you have the highest risk. So, you have the lowest risk here, because you are operating, you know the market, you know the product, and you have the highest risk here. So, most of the time companies actually instead of going there usually go either via this route. That means you are taking a new product to the existing market. So, that is what we call product development, or the company may actually go this way. That means they, from the existing product in the existing market, they may come to a new market, and from that experience they can actually develop a new type of product. For example, many of the car manufacturers, when they came to India, the big ones like Ford, General Motors or Toyota, they first came with their existing models, and then basically it was almost like an export. There was some local assembly, but they took that existing product and offered it to the Indian market. But they soon saw that there are some exciting segments in Indian market which may not be that popular. For example, small cars with diesel engine, or cars in general with diesel engine, or a sedan which is a 4-door car, but with certain features which are particular to India, like because of road condition you need a higher level for the platform. So, you need maybe bigger tires. So, they understood that there is a need of developing cars which are meant for the Indian condition, designed in India for India, and that therefore the companies originally came through this route, but they soon actually started developing new types of cars for this new market, and that became a diversification. So, as you see here, this is a very good diagram for you to decide, do you start here, do you start here, and where you are wanting to go. So, every product that you are introducing in the marketplace can be positioned somewhere on this model in one of the quadrants. Now, I will come in terms of competition, and in the interaction with the 3-pronged interaction, that means the organization, the customer, and the product or service or the offering as we call it. If you put all these 3 things together, a very interesting concept was introduced by Michael Tracy, and this is the concept of discipline of market leaders in facing competition and bringing products to markets. The value disciplines, this is called value discipline. There are 3 value disciplines. One is operational excellence, the second is product leadership, and the third is customer intimacy. Actually, in a previous session Professor Mishra introduced to you, that how in the very beginning we started with the production emphasis, where actually we wanted to be most efficient and we wanted to be optimal, and in those days therefore the focus was here. And then we moved to the product era, and then today we are moving to the customer era. Of course, we will discuss, when we discuss product life cycle, then we will see that in the early stage of the product actually this is the place where we start, because this is where we are competing on product features or differentiation. So, differentiation is in another name is product leadership. Low cost, another generic strategy, is another name of operational excellence, and focus, the third generic strategy, is in a way nothing but the customer intimacy strategy. And as you see, our move is from best total cost, reliability, quality, efficiency of productivity, economy of scale. From there, in the second stage we move to the best product, and then we move to the best total solution. So, if we put in the strategic frame, our aim is to go from good to great. There are some interesting literature on this very theme, strategic literature, good to great. Here very interesting metaphor for us, where we can combine the strategic framework from the organizational context and marketing subset of that strategy is what we can call strategic marketing, is use this metaphor of bus. That means a bus is a journey, and you have to decide which bus you want to take. Are you going from Kanpur to Kolkata, or you are going from Kanpur to Delhi, and you have to decide that if you are getting into the bus, then maybe in this metaphor we will, if we take the fixed number of passengers, there were nobody standing. So, which means that if you are getting on, then some people have to get out. So, that means that you have to push out some competition. All these are part of the competition dynamics, which we will continue to discuss today and tomorrow. So, the different aspects of strategy in this interaction between interaction among product, organization and competition, or the 3 C's, the interaction of 3 C's produces this sort of detail matrix, where we have on one side we have those 3 value proposition, that is the y axis, which is the operational, sorry, the x axis, the operational excellence, product leadership and customer intimacy, and on the vertical we have core business structure, marketing system and culture. So, you see initially our focus will be on efficiency, efficient distribution, efficient production. The organizations, even the marketing organization usually will be quite centrally dominated, and standard products, standard procedures, and the approach is one size fits all. This gives way to the next stage, where product innovation becomes the main theme. Obviously, therefore, your structure has to become more flexible, and there will be more focus on value innovation, and experimentation will be the nature of your culture. And the last one is this customer intimacy, where the focus will be on total solution. Obviously, at this stage empowerment of the people who are in the direct contact with customer, that means the front line, that empowerment becomes very important to succeed in this kind of at this stage of the development. And the marketing system will be focusing on cost and return, but also it will be focusing on feed and weed. That means you have to see that which products and which customers, and some will have to be left out. These we will discuss a lot more when we discuss about the strategies of marketing at the mature stage or maturing stage. We will discuss it in detail, but most important here is that it is have it your way. That means power is very much in the hands of the customer. So, with this we come to sort of a conclusion on the first aspect of competition dynamics, and how customer, an organization or company, and competition, the 3 C's, create different types of models or conceptual framework to approach the market in a strategic fashion.
Very well explained, Professor Chatterjee. I would just like to add on, like all these pursuit of strategy also depend on the kind of industry you are, that at a particular point of time, even today, you can find out there are companies which are doing really well in terms of their financial things. Like it depends on the type of industry they are, and probably the competition and the other environmental aspect. Like if we talk about this operational excellence, so we talk about this Indigo Airlines, which is probably, in spite of being this overall airlines industry not doing so well, but it has still made some little bit of profit, showing are probably based on its this operational excellence things, where they have implemented so many initiatives so that their turnaround time is very less, their cost of managing the customers and the flight maintenance, all those things are probably very less. And then we talk about this product concept, we were already talking about this Honda success in India with their model.
So, Indigo will be an example of
operational excellence.
Like Southwest Airlines of US.
Absolutely. And then talking about this Honda Activa in India, we talked about in the
Yeah,
last
the example
week.
which you discussed.
So the product was basically so well designed, and this was coming out from the ingenious pursuit of probably
product excellence.
Product excellence. So another probably an example where the company has pursued this product concept, and then we have this customer intimacy, where probably we can talk about Cafe Coffee Day. So this kind of company which probably have done really well on the customer intimacy side, they have a very loyal customer base. So you see these.
And we were discussing about have it your way, you know,
it.
in a coffee cafe day, you can just go and have order one cup of coffee, and you can chat with your friends maybe for 2 hours. You can they'll free Wi-Fi, you can do your office work.
Yeah.
I have like Coffee Cafe Day, their model is based on the Starbucks model. There are startup companies at Silicon Valley, I have read. Yeah. Their office address is a Starbucks.
Yeah.
That means they do everything sitting there, because you know these days everything is on the net, and using the free Wi-Fi at a Starbucks. And Starbucks is very proud that some great companies were born through discussions at Starbucks. And so this is, you know, this is connecting with the customer from that emotional level, and connecting with the customer with sort of non-monetary aspect and non-product aspect, or that means what we call the, when we discuss more in detail about the product, then you know we have the core product and we have the augmented product.
Yeah, so like in the case of Starbucks, if I talk about the overall value proposition, if you look at, there is something like product which is excellent coffee, but beyond that they go that ambience and the customer service excellence, they add up to that value proposition, so they go beyond the product. So we have 3 examples from different industry, and basically one has to look into the kind of industry, the kind of competition, and then probably other aspect, and then decide probably what is strategy to pursue in their business environment.
So to wrap up, what we are saying is that in the first week we discussed more about products and about companies and the needs of the companies, and which guides the products, and we also discussed about customers and their needs and how those needs guide development of products and services. We are now expanding our angle of view, and we are therefore now looking at the environment in which we operate, and we are looking at competition. That was the first thing that we looked at environment. Of course, we will have to look also at the political environment, the social environment, and all those issues, the change of technology, the pace of technology. That will be other important aspects of environment which will guide the marketing strategy of a company, and we will take that up in following sessions. We have still some aspects of competition aspects left, and we will discuss that perhaps after we discuss the other parts of the environmental aspects.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.